how is one of the biggest ways that the environmentalists are coming after farming and food. How have you seen it?
Yeah, water, definitely water. You can't grow anything without water unless you do vertical farming, which is a lab farm, which is something that they're going to be pushing in the major cities is vertical farming. It's just, a big high rise and like a big greenhouse, and you won't have, protein provided by real animals, real, livestock. So water is a big issue. In fact, on the river that runs through our ranch, these radical people, they're evil, they're wicked, they do not make sense, they're contradictory, they're science, they have nothing to back up their statements on some of their science. Like they want to flush our river of all the minerals that exist. Because why? Because those minerals could be toxic to the coho salmon. Well, the coho salmon, Mike, is only endangered and threatened in my neck of the woods. So if you've got an endangered, threatened species, then they can control, and they want to see it in your being the State Water Resources Board, California Department of Fish and Wildlife, which used to be Fish and Game, but it's not about game anymore. It's about rewilding. That's part of Agenda 21. That's part of the 30 by 30 land control that Gavin Newsom has an executive order followed by Biden's executive order called America the Beautiful. Water is the big deal. They're going to destroy the Klamath River dams, which is the largest dam destruction project in worldwide history. And when that happens, what they do is full basin management. And this is why you're seeing San Joaquin Valley just dry up, because they stated a fish was more important than farming and people and the habitat. And when you've got that going on, it affects the habitat. And this is where ranching and farming are the best stewards of the land, because not only are we providing a byproduct to the people, all sorts of byproducts to the people, but we're also providing a product to the environment. Ponds and the rivers and the ditches that run through all these ranches and farms provide massive, massive habitat to frogs and fish and snakes and bugs that then bring in birds and then bring in, coyotes and bobcats and things to go after that, and then could bring in bigger animals in the, the chain system. So, water is the big deal. I believe this in the next several years, you're going to see massive legislation. You're going to see massive water grabs and water rights ignored. And people should be saying, Mike, here's what people should be saying, and questioning, and the agencies, questioning them. What is your authority? Who gave you the authority to trump my private property rights? And that's where we are. This is huge time for us to protect our property.
Hey, Slater Crusaders, there is no doubt that the globalists are coming after your food. There's two ways that people can control you. It's to control energy and it's to control food. And they're doing that in many different ways right now. In our special that's available now, we talk about ESG scores. We talk with a cattle rancher and her on the ground experience. And I'm going to make the argument as to how and why these globalists are convincing you, or trying to convince you, to eat bugs. Oh, Slater, I would never do that. I would never. They're going to convince you, and then they're going to force you. That's on our special. Available now on The First TV, thefirsttv.com.